The last 15 years hasn't been the best experience for the average man in the United States. Now, most of you are thinking about all of these innovations happening. Let's say in the finance industry, there's Bitcoin. It's easier to get information in financial markets. I mean, I use like Fidelity, there's Vanguard. There's more ways to make money, more ways to save and invest money. I mean, so with technology, even with dating apps, surely this should ease a lot of issues for the average man. But of course, it really hasn't, right? It's actually become a lot more stressful for men. Because of the internet, a lot of guys just don't get out as much. A lot of guys have had their confidence shaken when trying to approach women or deal with women. Men have less friends. And so when men are getting rejected and they don't have a lot of the ability to date in the country, there's a few things that happen. And one of them is turning to a community we've all known as the red pill. Some of the content creators that have been burgeoning the last year or two, people like Andrew Tate, Sneeko, Fresh and Fit podcasts, and even Just Pearly Things. These are outlets for men to be able to get into these communities and, to kind of vent their frustrations about what's going on in the world. And the majority of these men that people really care about are a group of men called incels, which means that no matter how hard they try, they can't get any woman. They're involuntarily celibate. Now, here's what's been going on with the FBI. The FBI is investigating the red pill community, and they have documents associating internet slang like based in red pill with extremism. And this isn't something new. I kind of knew this was going to happen, and I've been trying to tell you guys it's going to continue to happen. And of course, what they're trying to do is to equate involuntarily celibate guys, this is the group they're focusing on, with the fact that these guys are pretty much violent, or they can actually do crazy things. Think about somebody like Elliot Rodgers and what happened in California a few years ago. And this assessment of the FBI says, while most incels do not engage violence, some have been involved in at least 5 lethal attacks in the United States and Canada. Now, they're also focusing on certain words in glossary. One is Chad, right? And Chad is very race specific. It pretty much denotes a man who is very successful at getting sexual and romantic attention from women. And incels cannot compete against Chads for attention, right? So things like this and the red pill and becoming red pill, it also, for some people, can indicate the adoption of racist, anti-Semitic, or fascist beliefs. Now, while this stuff doesn't make sense for the average guy in the manosphere or the black manosphere, it does point a direction at certain content creators, and I'm gonna mention them. Fresh and Fit, Sneeko, Andrew Tate. These guys in particular. Now, I want to play a clip of Fresh and Fit, right? This is actually a pretty good clip of them. This is having a discussion with a young lady. And again, nothing is wrong with this particular discussion, but let's play that clip.
I'm just curious. When you make your money, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't pay bills, right?
I do.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Half and half?
No, probably not half and half.
He pays the most.
So
It's probably like
80-20?
70-30.
okay, he's making all the rules, right?
Hell no. Where it's a partnership. He's not like my owner. I'm not his owner.
Partnership is 50-50.
Okay. Doesn't mean that like he can't pay more than in some things. I don't know.
Okay.
It's
All
really
right.
misogynistic.
Okay.
I'm good. Okay, wait. What was misogynistic? I'm confused.
How dare you challenge me?
Oh no, I mean, I
Goodness.
don't mind being challenged, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with the guy just saying, hey, I'm going to pay for X amount, whatever, more just because I want to be doing this.
Well, hold on. Number one, what does misogynistic mean?
It means like you're kind of being condescending towards a woman because of the fact that I guess men should be more superior because he pays 20% more than what I would pay in the 70-30 amount, I guess.
It's actually more like 40%, but
yeah.
But
Well, you said
I mean,
70,
misogynistic is actually the hatred or contempt of women. It's not
Being condescending.
not being condescending necessarily. But what did he say about that? That was condescending. You just asked the
It's
question.
just assuming that just because he pays for more than I do, that it means that we're not partners in life.
I mean, it's not really like the way you're trying to frame it is like it's an equal partnership, but it clearly isn't.
I mean, if he pays for a couple more things than I do, it doesn't mean that we're not equally like respectful of each other and care about each other equally.
But it's not a little bit more, it's significantly more.
I just don't think it's all about like money. I think partnership is more than just money.
But in the context that we were speaking about, it was about money.
Okay, then so be it.
I mean, but I don't see where the misogyny comes into that. Like that you just threw that word out there for no reason.
We think a man should provide 100%.
Yeah, we think a man should provide.
Definitely. So
Okay, that's fine.
And men in general are superior to women in a lot of things.
That's fine.
We're not equal at all. I mean, that's not misogynistic. That's realistic.
Okay.
And in general, right? Like if a girl, right, pays a majority of the bills, those relationships don't work, statistically speaking.
Okay.
nice.
Nice.
Okay. Fantastic. I mean, you're just incorrect in your assessment. That's all it really comes down to, which is
Teach his own.
I'm sorry?
Teach his own.
No, you're wrong. Like, I mean, you just used the word misogynistic incorrectly.
That's fine. Then I said it incorrectly.
Fair enough. If you acknowledge you're wrong, then it's fine.
Always.
Okay. I don't need the sarcasm, though.
Now, see, even though they're correcting her, and it does seem that the lady is quite, I would say, delusional in her responses, what people are going to say is the fans of this show are misogynistic, because look at what the title of that was. See the word bimbo? Right. So now what you're going to say is these guys are teaching their audience how to talk to women or degrade women, and they're probably likely to have an incel audience who could be more likely to go out and commit what? Crimes against women. Now, Andrew Tate is a guy I've criticized here, and a lot of you guys don't like when I criticize Andrew Tate. And recently, Andrew Tate made, which I felt was a very unnecessary statement about women on Instagram and he being reposted by them. But I predicted this particular situation just even 2 days ago before this article came out. What did I say about Andrew Tate and some of his lack of better judgment in talking about certain women? Let's play that clip. What it's gonna do is for people who subscribe to Andrew Tate or people in the red pill or people who bring his content, people are gonna say like, you guys are hating women. So every time something happens to a woman that's bad, they're gonna say Andrew Tate's followers are doing this. And we know that's true because anytime somebody does something, and I believe this was a guy that I believe somewhere in Maryland, he shot his baby mama and then he shot his current girlfriend. And the last video that he had been watching or he was reposting was Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels will never say anything crazy like this, right? But they tried to say that Kevin Samuels influencers are causing violence against women. And now what you're gonna hear or see that a lot of guys who are following Andrew Tate, and if something happens to some lady out there and he happens to be liking Andrew Tate's videos, they're gonna say, you guys are causing violence against women. And a lot of guys just have to, some of the things that you guys might want like think about or want to say, listen, it is not necessary for you guys to always say what you think. Like I used to be that sort of person feeling like whatever I had to say was important, and it's really not. Nobody cares about what you have to say. Seriously, it's just even certain things I feel about people now, which isn't always nice. What good does it come out of me to make that public, all right? See, here's what the FBI is gonna start to do, right? People who comment, participate in these communities, even though the average guy has no interest in doing anything towards women. Anytime something happens against women, they're gonna start to blame followers of guys for that. Tate, Fresh and Fit, the white red pill, this is what they're looking at for the most part, right? These guys are extremists. If they're in the red pill, they're anti-Semitic. If they're in the red pill, they're misogynists. If they're in the red pill, they're this and that. And what happens is when you make commentary about, women like Andrew Tate did, they're gonna just say you hate all women, even if you don't. And this is what guys don't understand. They're trying to, as much as possible, try to equate that guys who listen to the red pill at all, you guys are all incels. That's what they're trying to do, trying to categorize everybody as incels in dangerous society. And the reality is that you have all these guys in the red pill that there's no laws being passed for men's rights. One thing that the red pill didn't accomplish, at least especially in the black sector, it has done very little for men's rights. It has done very little to push the ball forward for like child support rights and things like that. It has become, in some cases, a cesspool for just, let's say, complaining about women are complaining about situations and just trying to share sometimes things. And if you get somebody weird and stupid as a content creator, they'll say so many dumb things. Like for example, that didn't make any sense. I don't really know the guy Sneeko, but some of the things that he said, it was like, bro, like you could have kept it to yourself, right? So what's gonna happen is you don't have any actual power. So since you don't, then here we are. We're gonna use these guys and their followers to assess them in a certain way. And since you guys have no political backing and no financial backing, you can't really do anything to stop it. And that's the situation. Again, men have to positively take control of their lives. And the best red pill that a man can actually get is to understand, yes, women have the ability to do X, Y, and Z, but at the same time, you have the ability to change your life. And you don't have to complain about everything all the time. You can actually do something to control it. If the girl doesn't want to date you, or if she's like this and that, you can continue to self-improve yourself and not have to worry about that. You really don't have to. And what's gonna happen is the red pill guys and their followers, look, some of you guys still got jobs. You're gonna see guys getting fired. You're gonna see guys get all kind of stuff. And I've warned guys, like, have better judgment. The thing that some of these guys are saying, it doesn't make any sense. And if these guys will say stupid stuff like that and get themselves into trouble, and you follow that and you do the same thing, you're gonna get fired, bro. Nobody's gonna help you. Nobody will come to your aid. Not Andrew Tate, not Sneeko, not Fresh and Fit. No one. A lot of things a lot of guys are thinking, or, you know, just because you see some of these content creators who don't have any judgment saying, doesn't mean that you should say it or, you know, defend their right to say it. Because you don't have a right to say it if you don't have the power to say it. That's the thing. Again, most guys in the red pill haven't achieved any kind of level of, let's say, rights that we should get or anything that benefits us as men, that gives us some kind of legality strength. None of that's happened. So because you don't have that, the FBI and people are going to classify you in ways that they don't even care how to declassify you. Because how can you classify somebody as an incel when most guys in the red pill are not incels? But that is what happens, guys, when guys are saying crazy things, no judgment, and making the block hot. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.